Hey everyone, this is Real Estate Riches Podcast, and boy, is it going to be rich, full of the wealth and the tips and the tricks of all kinds of successful agents, because that's what you want to be, right? A business builder who has success in their business. Well, that's what we got going on here. And I'm going to have all kinds of agents, men, women, young or older, sharing all their stuff because there's technology, there's just how do you build your business? There's so many questions, right? So let's learn from some of the best. Gather your wealth and build your business. That's what this channel is all about. And I'm excited to bring it to you. I'm Kathy Byrnes and I'll be your host. And stay tuned. Let's get at it, right? Hey everybody, it's Kathy Byrnes and I'm here with Julie Horton. And I'm so excited because Julie is going to talk to us about fractional buying of your vacation homes or whatever. Julie, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Great. So you got the inside scoops on fractional.
I do, and I would love to tell you about fractional. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself before we start. And I've been in real estate about 22 years. I was in the corporate world, an accountant, and wanted something different. So I got my real estate license. I did it kind of on a part-time basis, and not many companies would even talk to me about part-time at that time. And so I started with a company that specialized in credit challenge clients. So I learned real estate the hard way, but it was very rewarding and it taught me how to help people. And I love it. And I'm passionate about that, as you are. And you help so many of us and show us so many things. And I'm just proud to be able to share this with everybody. But I was real active in real estate for a while, and then I kind of let it fade a little bit. And in the last, say, 5, 6 years, I've gotten back really excited about real estate. In that time, being a busy worker, I couldn't afford a beach house, but I really wanted a beach house. And everybody said, "You live on the lake. Why do you want a beach house?" I'm just a beach girl, and I wanted a beach house. That's what I've always wanted. And so I saw an opportunity to buy a beach house with some other people. And I thought, this is kind of weird. And I bet it's like a timeshare, but I wanted it so bad. I thought, I'm going to check into it. Well, this is nothing like a timeshare. It is a fractional ownership. You are actually deeded the property. It's yours to leave to your heirs when you pass along. You get all the benefits of investing in a home, and it hopefully increases in value. And we've been very fortunate that it did. And so we bought our first one about 10 years ago. It was a condo. You can do it for homes. You can do it for luxury homes. Fractional is very popular in the luxury home, which you and I just found out about in a seminar we were just on, in the luxury and global market. And that's your niche. So I'll let you talk a little more about that later. But fractional, we bought at the beach, and we bought a 1/13th share. And we bought with 13 other couples or people, and we had it 1 week out of every quarter, which worked out perfect for us financially as well as time, because it was all we could do to get away to the beach for a week, a quarter.
Yeah.
Since that time, we have upgraded, and we now own a different fractional in the same condo complex, but we're a 1/5 owner now. So instead of 1 week out of the quarter, we get it like 11 weeks out of the year.
So let me ask you this. So you first learn about it and you see, after you research it, you can see, okay, this looks safe. We own it. We got a hard asset. And how much did that first one cost you, that 13th?
The first one we bought for like $37,000.
Okay.
Okay. We ended up then buying another 1/13th share. So we had it 2 weeks out of the quarter, and it was about 45,000. So it's just different. It just depends on the market at the time.
Sure.
So, and then we bought this one, and it ended up being we paid like $110,000 for this one. And
you're paying cash.
We paid cash. Yeah. And right now that condo, we've owned it. It'll be, well, about 4.5 years. And that condo now is worth, the one that just sold exactly like ours, sold for $1.3 million.
So your share would be?
Our share would be worth like
5 into a million.
300,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that's a heck of a jump.
it
And you,
is, and hopefully that's how the market will do. And it seems like in luxury or vacation areas, the market does tend to increase like that more so than sometimes in the regional home market.
well, one thing on that seminar we were just watching was that someone said, well, the market's all crazy. We got all these things going on. She goes, wait. She goes, the truth is that there is a piece of the market that's never phased by the market because of the money that they have, the wealth that they have. So that's a higher price point than we're talking about right here, but we can always shoot higher aims ourselves. But the point is, you never see property values really go hugely down. We did in the Depression.
Yeah.
We did in 2007 because they were so inflated. But historically, it's still a hard asset. It has the potential to come back, and it's most likely that it would. And the ones that come back the fastest are the ones that are in the vacation spots,
Exactly.
which is what you're talking about. So
Exactly.
your risk factor on this is so minimal in
Mhm.
comparison to other things, right?
Right. And if you think about it, people are not buying this because they have to have somewhere to live. They're
Right.
not buying a home. They're buying something they want. And they've worked hard to get it. So they're
Yes.
taking their savings or some of their retirement or their
Mhm.
inheritance or something to get this, and it's something they really want.
Yes.
So I don't see that market dissipating. The way I see it is we're giving them an opportunity to get this that they wouldn't normally have.
Yeah.
One, financially, a couple with children that are going to college or whatever, they can't afford to go in and buy a vacation home.
Right.
However, if they have the opportunity to buy a fractional home and you don't have you don't have all the responsibility of taking care of the home, for one thing, because there's many others who help. So normally you hire that done or whatever. And the time, because most people that buy this type home still work.
Yep.
And they can't spend more than a month a quarter or a week a quarter or a week every few months or however it all depends on your group as to how often you get it.
Right.
So, and like I say, I've seen them as many as I've actually seen them as many. I know one fractional ownership that has 22 owners.
Wow.
So, it's a lot, but it works for them.
Yeah. And there's different variables like a condo versus a home versus
Exactly.
a townhome or whatever.
Exactly.
You'll have different HOAs. However, there's a guide to follow all of this. There's attorneys that know how to do all this.
Exactly. I have certain attorneys I work with.
Yep.
It's just that most people don't know about it.
Right.
So most people
make
don't
that
realize
change.
they have that opportunity. Yeah, we're going to change that.
We're going to change that.
Yeah.
Because your book's going to come out in the next month, and
Yeah.
you're going to be able to download that book because it'll be an ebook.
Mhm.
And it's going to be the highlights of what this is all about. There'll be some resources in there, how to reach out to you, the attorneys,
Mhm.
and people can modify that in whatever area they're at. But
Absolutely.
this is
everybody has resort areas. Wherever you live, you have a resort area.
Right.
So it's not just for our area or for the beach area or the mountain area or anywhere. Even where we live on a lake, and there's a lot of $1 million, $2 million, $7 million homes in this area. A lot of people would love a vacation home here.
Yes.
So fractional would work where we are. I really would work anywhere.
Yeah, I was just in an $8 million home today that I was at being for sale. And Josh Tucker is the agent. And I said, Josh, who's the buyer for this house? Because it was incredibly contemporary, stunning home.
Mhm.
And he goes, this is a second home buyer, 8 million. And he said they'll likely come from Florida. He goes, that's where a lot of his buyers are coming from. So there are statistics that you get to know your own, who's your avatar that's going to be wanting this particular thing.
Exactly.
And that's who your target market is that you go after.
Right.
And he surprised me today too, because because in my mind, I'm thinking when you're marketing, like, who's the target market for this? I always think of LinkedIn and Facebook with very little interest in Instagram because of the price point. And his marketing guys were there. And he said, we got 17 million off of Instagram and TikTok last year. that they
Wow.
did in sales. And I go, at what price point? And they were the twos, the fours, the sixes. And he goes, we got 1.7 on tick from a 70-year-old woman. And I go, I have to rethink all my algorithms here.
I know.
And so, and the young guy was just showing me how critical it is, not only to be on all of them, but to pay attention. Now, he's selling a particular product. Like right now, we're just talking like about the vehicle. So I think it's very important, like when you're going to be talking about fractionals, like you're looking really to talk to probably agents who could do referrals to
Exactly.
you and also start to learn it themselves to do the same thing maybe in their area, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ideally, you're going to have someone mentor you the first few times because it is scary and there's a lot of details you have to be sure and all. And I think one thing that deters some people is they're like, I don't know 5 people, or I surely don't know 20 people, whatever.
Right.
But the way I handle that or have in the past is I say, well, that's okay because I have a lot of people reach out. When we first went into it, we did not know any of the people, none of them.
Mm,
So it's not like you have to do it with friends or somebody.
that's great.
You get to know them and they become almost like family because you share in a home,
Mhm.
but you can put the people together.
Mm.
You can advertise this, market this as fractional, and you're going to get more than one person, hopefully, which is interested in it. So you just put them together. And you may not in the beginning decide how many you have. You may want as many as you can get, or you may want to limit it to 5, or you may want to limit it to 7 or whatever. But you just kind of got to feel your people out.
Let me ask you this, that seminar we were on, the gal who was talking about it, it was a lot of new construction. Were your buildings new construction?
No,
Oh, they were existing
they were
homes.
existing homes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And were they already fractional, already
No.
done? Oh, so you started from scratch
Mm-hmm.
and whoever the seller was said, this is how I'm going to sell it.
No, a seller just sold it. And we approached them as well. Actually, the way I've done them each time is I have one person who is the instigator. He says, I'd like to do this, but I want to get some other owners. So they normally buy it. And they may have to get the mortgage to begin off to buy it.
Oh.
And then as they get their owners, they pay that off, So
Ooh, look at that.
I know. It's not like you got to have $1 million. Some people
I didn't realize that. Now, see, that was the logistics that was throwing me off. I'm thinking, well, if we don't know 5 people and the seller is waiting for 5 people to be gathered up, you're saying
it may take you a year or something is what they're thinking. But no, it shouldn't, because you're going to advertise this property like you can advertise it in the MLS as fractional. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wait, I just had a brainstorm. Oh my gosh. So now I've got this beautiful home and it is my second home and I've had it for ages. And now I say, I'm going to turn, and I'm on the water, let's say. And I know that there's a ton of people in Charlotte because we're north of Charlotte, about 40 minutes, right? And I think, you know what? I would like to go travel around the world myself, and I don't need to be here, but I'd like to have my week a month or whatever, right? And so I'm willing to break it up in whatever the splits are for that. And I'll be looking for people who want to be fractional with me.
Exactly.
I already own my part outright.
Yeah. Yeah.
And look at that.
And see, if you think about it, a lot of people who buy vacation homes, they feel like they can't go anywhere else because they're tied to that.
Yes.
They have money in that vacation home. Well, if you're fractional, then you're free to do whatever, go vacation somewhere else,
Yes.
So, yeah.
Oh, I love that, Julie. Okay, that just opened my eyes. See, I wasn't thinking big enough. I'm going to change.
Aren't we all?
Right.
Globally.
Yeah. Well, this is great. I'm excited about the book. I'm excited about more. We're going to have all of Julie's information here so you can reach out to her, learn about fractional. If you're an agent and you want to start doing this, I encourage you to consider that. If you're not with EXP, one of the beautiful things that we've got here is that we are at 90,000 strong right now, and we are in 24 countries, and you can do this worldwide. We just learned that today. So think about that. And if you want to do that, contact Julie and let's make this happen. I'm really grateful for Julie sharing this great information, and I hope you all like it. If you do, please subscribe. Thanks, Julie.
Thank you so much.
This is great. All right. Bye now. So thanks for joining me on this episode of Real Estate Riches. Wasn't that great? I'm sure you got a nugget or two. I know I did. So if you liked it, please subscribe below, share it with everybody, make some comments. We really find that invaluable. And if you're thinking that you would love to talk about this a little bit more, let's schedule a business strategy call. I'll have the link below. Let's see if we can't mastermind together and see if we can empower each other. That would be great. So until next time, signing off. Hope to see you on the next one.